2,000-year-old mummy injected into a particle accelerator. It doesn't get any more exciting than this. Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Spare Leak Project, how the heck are you? This podcast is brought to you by Virtual Shield. It is a VPN virtual private network designed from the ground up to protect your information and data from big data spies. Right now, there's a special 50% off and a 30-day free trial. Click the link. Keep your information safe when you surf the web. Okay, that's my shameless plug. Now let's get into the fun stuff. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? A 2,000-year-old mummy injected into a particle accelerator? Now, why in the world would they do that? Are they trying to reactivate it? Well, let me read to you this article here. There's approximately 100 mummies around the world. This one is that of a little girl estimated to be 5 years old. They are wrapped in extremely lifelike paintings as well that are put onto the deceased, placed directly over their face. The Argonne National Laboratory will be used for an X-ray scattering experiment. This will be the first study of its kind on a human mummy. This unique experiment, a 3D puzzle, said Stuart R. Stock. He is a research professor of cell and molecular biology at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine, who led the synchrotron, I love that name, the synchrotron experiment. In a statement, we have some preliminary findings about the various materials, nanu, but it will take days before we tighten down the precise answers to our questions. We have confirmed that the shards in the brain's cavity are likely solidified pitch, not a crystalline material. Well, what does that mean? They ate different? Using an advanced photon source accelerator, the science team will be looking at the structures of minerals and elements and not disturb the wrappings of the mummy. The way it works is simple. The terms are as follows. Bones contain high densities of nanocrystals. The arrangements of the atoms within the nanocrystals scatter X-rays in different directions. That reveals specific information about the structure that is being looked at. You can read more about this article at Forbes. I'll leave the link in the video description box. I also put together a blog on forums.leakproject.com. Check that out as well. Now let me read to you a little bit about, and let me show you this picture here just real quick. We just look at it. That is a picture of the mummy that was put into this particle accelerator. Now, the Accelerator Systems Division provides best-in-class operation, maintenance, and upgrade of the advanced photon source accelerators and support users in doing outstanding science in a safe environment. Well, that's awesome. Now, I'll give you a little bit more details about this. The APS accelerator complex consists of 7 GeV 1.1 km storage ring operating with a 100 MA electron beam. Everybody knows what that is. The full energy booster synchrotron. The synchrotron. Sunday. The 400 MeV particular accumulator ring. The 400 MeV pulsed Linic. And the S-band RF thermionic electric gun. I'll leave the link in the video description box. How exciting is this? Now, let me kind of give you a quick rundown on some possibilities that I see. But real quick, just a little bit more detail on this. Inside of the research building at the U.S. Department of Energy's Argonne National Laboratory, scientists, researchers, and art curators assembled Monday to unravel the mysteries of a near 2,000-year-old mummy. The ancient Roman Egyptian linen-wrapped remains of a 5-year-old girl included an embedded portrait were unearthed in Hawara, Egypt in 1911. The mummy is about 1,800 years old, weighs approximately 50 pounds, is from the collection of Garrett Evangelical Theological Seminary on the Northwestern University campus. So they have been piecing together her story. Now, this is what I came up with. This is the exciting notes that I wrote down with my conspiracy mind here. These particle accelerators remind me of giant Tesla boxes, a massive defibrillator system. So let's look at the possibilities here. This technology can see in great detail, going almost to the quantum level of these bones and elements inside of these bones. So getting a very complex and detailed analysis of the individual. would that allow a network of information for cloning possibilities? I've heard that they are attempting to clone ancient Egyptians and pharaohs. Have they been doing it for years? And is that why the Egyptians were so in tune with preserving the body and different parts of the body and their science and their formulas and their magic that they used, especially the aristocratic bloodlines? Some of the most powerful magic ever they mastered. And it's interesting because I had a guest on the show, Gordon White, about a week or two ago. Real nice guy. Matter of fact, check this out. Well, you just look at it. He just sent me this from London. What a cool guy. I'm going to have him back on the show. This is titled Starships. Starships by Gordon White, a prehistory of the spirits. And he also sent me out The Game of Saturn, baby. The Game of Saturn, decoding the Sola Busca. It's going to be interesting to read that. But he said the Egyptian spirits, because I told him about a dream that I had after I started reading through the Book of the Dead, and how it was one of the scariest dreams I've ever had. And it was like, the dream itself was more than your typical dream, let's just put it that way. But he said, yeah, of course you did. You start reading through the Book of the Dead. Those are the most powerful spells there are. And this is actually, I mean, you can pick this thing up for about $30 on Amazon. And it's got some highly detailed hieroglyphics. We just look at it. Ladies and gentlemen. This is the complete papyrus of Ani, featuring integrated text and full-color images by Dr. Ogden Golet Jr., or edited by Dr. Raymond Faulkner, Carol Andrews, Daniel Gunther, James Wasserman. Pick this up on Amazon today, or you could probably even get it at half-price books. I don't know, if you're interested in that sort of thing. But you look at the way they do things, and they're so meticulous. It's like feng shui to the next level. So, can the DNA of the deceased bodies be reactivated? Does this system allow for an unparalleled form of cloning? This, in my opinion, this system would allow for accuracy of the biological makeup of the body that was mummified literally to the quantum level. Now, what if the accelerator could actually send a signal through a time-space portal, wormhole, and that signal could actually go back to the child 1,800 years ago? Or if they had Imhotep or a different mummy, they could send information back to him by having access to his body and putting it in this particle accelerator. How would it affect the body 2,000 years ago? How does that affect the spirit? And is that one of the reasons certain people don't want any part of their body left behind when they travel to the next side? And some people prefer to have their bodies here when they travel to the next side, because a lot of people maybe want to come back through that particular DNA. Cloning, using somehow a connection point, a nexus point, to bring their spirit back into that physical body, that vessel. That's something to think about. Because maybe we're just fractals of the oversoul. Even though we do have our own divine soul, our own divine spark, we're also connected to the whole. So imagine these particle accelerators. I think this is big to think about. What about these particle accelerators sending signals and information back in time? And that would be a form of time travel without actually physically taking your body back in time, but sending information back in time to change the makeup of future scenarios. Butterfly effect. Similar to that. Now, once again, why were the aristocratic bloodlines of Egypt, Rome, and other empires so obsessed with mummifying the body? Now, did you ever hear growing up in school? I remember hearing in school about how they took the brains out of these mummies and put them into jars perfectly. And I asked how it was done, and they're like, oh, they just used picks through the nose. I'm not buying it. Timeshare, brain through nose cavity. Okay. Now, with that said, it gets more, the technologies that we have access to now, even on the web. You have access to quantum computers now on the web that can run programs and algorithms for you. If we decide to take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves to us, how far over the next even 20 years, 10 years is it going to get? I mean, what are the advancement levels going to be like 10, 20, 30 years from now? And With that said, I'll close it out. Thank you for being here. Make sure to click that link for Virtual Shield. Get that 50% discount for a limited time and a 30-day free trial, less than $5 a month, to keep your privacy safe from big data size when you surf the web. Spies, size, nanu. I'm listening to this music in the background here. It's like Tron Matrix Overlord here. And there you have it. So be the change you want to see, folks. Nanu.